Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 2 for the event Professional Prospects. In this example, we are going to study a male chart who is a doctor, is a dermatologist. He's completed his studies and joined as a dermatologist in a very reputed hospital, AIMS, and he has been there from 2021 up to 2024 for 3 years contract is there, and he has got a very good position, very good experience and name, fame, everything he is getting. So, and that we are going to check how this his destiny and the sub periods are supportive for that, because there you can find some unfavorable house grouping may be there. Even then, how come that native is getting such favorable progress by way of name, fame, and all these things? So that we are going to check, because fifth house, when it is coming, then we immediately we should not take as a fifth house is unfavorable. In the previous video also I was telling that too, when we are talking about his type of profession is into medical, then definitely it is going to be supportive. Fifth house will be supportive for the medical profession, provided it is connected to the favorable sixth house or 10th house or 11th house. Then it means that fifth house connected profession, the native will be into that, will be favorable. When it is connected to 8th house and 12th house, 8th house or 12th house are also supportive houses for the medical profession. But still, that when 5, 8, and 12 or 8 and 12 are connected, for the progress of the native in the profession, definitely it is going to cause obstacles. Though it is supportive for the type of profession, but this 8 and 12 will in general is obstacle causing houses to the Lagna. And when it is connected to fifth house, it is going to cause some sort of delay or obstacles in the progress. That we have to keep it in mind. So we are going to study how come the native got a job during that Dasa, Bugdi and Antra, and the Bugdi Lord is having some weak signification, but still there was no loss of job during that period. And how come the key planets of the destiny and Dasa, Bugdi are well connected, and that made that person into, with a good name and fame in the professional prospects in the dermatologists. So now we are going to study this birth chart. Example number 2. We are going to study in this example some important points, that is fifth house is unfavorable or supportive. The previous video also we were talking about the fifth house, and here also we are going to talk about the fifth house and role of key planets and importance of the support planets. So we are going to study these, we are going to focus on these points in this example. Now let us examine the birth chart. This is the birth chart of that male native, so doctor, born on 5th September 1989, 1:57 p.m. in West Bengal. Now we have to study, so we can study the basic study on the birth chart. Let me open the North Indian chart and let us have a general study. The native is born on Sagittarius Lagna. The native is born on Sagittarius Lagna. Lagna Lord Jupiter is posted in the sign of Gemini in the 6th house, close to the 7th cusp. Saturn is posted, second lord, third lord Saturn is posted in the Sagittarius, and it is also close to, it is not very close, but it is very, yes, 14 degrees, then 12 degrees, it is very close to the Lagna. Saturn is close to Lagna, and Saturn is in the 12th house, close to Lagna. Jupiter is in the 6th house, close to the 7th house, in the sign of Mercury. Now Saturn and Jupiter are aspecting each other. It is good, because Saturn and Jupiter aspecting each other, and Lagna Lord in the sixth house, and what do you call that? Jupiter, is aspecting to the Saturn, second Lord and third Lord. And Jupiter also aspecting to the Rahu, which is occupying the second house, representing Saturn again. That Saturn is aspecting to Rahu again. And Rahu is aspected by Mars and Sun, and also, yes, Sun and Mars are conjoined and aspecting to Rahu. And Jupiter is also aspecting to the Moon. So in general, Jupiter aspecting to Moon, Sun, and also Saturn, they are all supportive provided their significations are favorable. Now let us check the 10th ruler. 10th cusp is falling in the sign of Virgo. 10th lord is Mercury. Cuspal star lord is 10th cusp star lord is Mars, and 10th cuspal sublord is Jupiter. Look at the Karagatva of these planets, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter. Mercury is in own sign, conjoined with the Venus, that is 6th lord, 11th lord. And star lord Mars is conjoined with the sun in the sign of Leo, and also Ketu, conjunction with the Ketu, and Mars conjoined with the sun, and Jupiter already there in the sign of Mercury and aspected by Saturn. So the role of Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Sun and Saturn, they're all supportive for the type of profession. So the Karagatva of the planets of the ruler itself will indicate the possible combination of the professions. That we have to keep it in mind, right? But apart from that, their self-signification, their signification through the star lord, their Rasi lord, and planet signification. So Graha Karagatva and Bhava Karagatva, Rasi Karagatva, when we are going to study that combinedly, that will give the type of profession also. So now the 10th lord is Mercury. Mercury is own sign. Whether Mercury is influenced by unfavorable key planet, no, Mercury is getting the support of Venus, 6th lord and 11th lord. That is good. 10th lord is getting the support. And 10th sublord, Jupiter is Lagna lord itself is 10th sublord. That itself is good and occupying 6th house close to 7 and aspected by second lord and third lord. So these grouping are very good for the indicating the Lagna strength and also 10th lord and 10th sublord strength. Right, so that way it is good only. You can see that the 10th lord Mercury in the star of Moon is posted in the 10th house itself. So that way, that grouping are very good. So that way it is good only. So moreover, as I said, Lagna connected to 10th house, and also Jupiter, Sun, Mars, and Saturn, and Mercury, all are connected. They are, with good grouping. So it is supportive for the Lagna's notable position and status. It is based on the general study. In the extended signification, there can be some ups and downs that we have to see that. So now we have studied that general study on the birth chart. Now let us examine the self-significations. I have already chosen the event. Event is profession, medical, and healthcare. So I have not chosen the event general, all jobs, because why medical and healthcare? Suppose he is into medicine, when the 5th house is connected to the 10th house, so 5th house is becoming a supportive house. That too, he is into healthcare. 5th house will be supportive because this is for the treatment. So please understand, when 5th house is connected to the 6th house, 10th house, or 11th house, it is going to be favorable for the Lagna, for the type of profession into medicine. When 8 is also connected, that is also going to support for the type of profession. He is going to do surgery, connected this one, that hidden diseases and all he is going to handle. So 8th house will be playing role as a supportive, and also 12. So since 5, 8, 12, though 8 and 12 are supportive for the type of profession, We cannot take it as 5/12 will be a favorable for the progress of the, profession. 5/12 and 6, 10, 11 can be supportive of the profession, but 5/12 is going to give some obstacles, hurdles, and challenges in the progress. Some people will be there in the medical profession, but he'll be good in the profession also, but he will find some sort of obstacles, hurdles in the progress. That we have to keep it in mind. Anyway, now let us check the self-signification of the all the planets. So because of that, I have chosen that medical healthcare. So fifth house will be coming under the favorable. So fifth house will not be getting that red color. It will be getting that green colors. That's what I want to, green or light green. So now let us open that significators. Yeah, significators table I have opened here. Now we are going to check the self-significations. In the self-signification, if you check which are the favorable key planets, we have to check. Ketu occupying 8th house and 6th cuspal sublord, and Ketu represents Sun, and in the birth chart, Ketu and Sun are conjoined, right? So 9, 8, 8, 6, this grouping is supportive for the type of profession, being Sun, 9th Lord, 9th also good for the profession, type of profession for the treatment and all, but 8, 8, 6, this grouping is not good for the progress, that you have to keep it in mind. For the type of profession, it is okay, but for the progress, it is not good. Then Venus, 6th Lord, 11th Lord occupying 10th house, it is very good. And 159 star Lord, this is good for the Lagna. And this is also good for the type of profession. And 1 and 12 cuspal sublord. This 12 is indicating some weakness, but 6, 11, 10, 1, 5, 9, and 1 is good only. So Venus is good despite some weakness. 159 is good for the Lagna and also for the medical profession. And Sun planet, as I already discussed, like Ketu, Sun is 9th Lord, though it is coming under unfavorable. 9th Lord occupying 8th house, supportive for the type of profession, as I said. But since these 9, 8, 8 grouping are there, they are not going to be very good for the progress. That we have to keep it in mind. If when 9 is getting support from the other favorable key planets for the Lagna and also profession, yes, 9, because it is Bhagyasthan, it can get the support of the favorable planets by way of support. That you have to keep it in mind. And Moon is 8th Lord, occupying 10th house, 2 and 6 karma. That is, this is 10th occupant, 2, 6 karma trikon, 2, 6. Mars is taking the 10th CST, but the Moon is getting the 2 and 6. 8th Lord occupying 10th, this is also good for the type of profession. He is into surgery and medicine. So 8, 10, 2, 6 are supportive. So Moon is also supportive despite 8th house. Mars, 5th Lord, 12th Lord occupying 9th house, 10th star Lord. 5 is supportive and 12 also supportive, though it is in red color, occupying 9th house. This 9th house also supportive to the type of profession. So 5 and 9 are supportive each other. Since he is into medicine, 5, 12, 9 are not unfavorable. That too, it is star lord for 10th house. So this grouping, though they are having some unfavorable grouping for the profession in general, but type of profession 5, 12, 9 and 10 is supportive. So Mars can be supportive, but still this grouping is not good for the progress or stability. That we have to keep it in mind. So Mars is not very good. Mars is not unfavorable. Mars is supportive with some weakness, we can say. Rahu 2 and 7 star, second planet, Saturn 2, 3, 12, 1, 3 and 9. It is very good. Jupiter, Lagna Lord, it's a free planet also. 1, 4, 6, 7, 3, 11, 4. And look at the Lagna significations. It's very good significations. Jupiter is very good. And the two free planets. So when a good key planet is a free planet, its role is limited. The planet which are in the sub of this planet, Jupiter, or sub of this planet can be supportive, or The planet which are in support to that, I mean, in getting the Jupiter support by way of supports, they will get the supports. That we will see that. Saturn, 2, 3, 12, 1, 3, and 9. So third house, ninth house are balancing each other, supportive for these, because second lord, third lord occupying 12, 1, 3, and 9, they are all favorable for the Lagna and also for the type of profession. It is supportive for the service also. 2, 3, 12, 1, I mean, and 3 and 9, it is favorable. Jupiter is the strongest one, then Saturn is also favorable. And because of the 12th occupant and 9th sublord, we cannot take it as unfavorable. 9 is supported by 3. 3 and 9 are favorable for the third house. Right? So it is supportive for his service. And representing Rahu also good. 2 and 7. It is also supportive for his own profession. And Mercury, 7th lord, 10th lord occupying 9th house. 10 is occupying 9th house, seems to be weak, but 7 is occupying 9th house, third house to the 7th house, supportive for the his own profession. It is supportive for his, professional prospects. Still, the CST, it is 4, 8, and 12. Now it is ninth occupant is not bad, and 8 and 12, it is there. CST is 8 and 12, it is indicating some obstacles. 4 is fine. 8 and 12 is causing some obstacles. So 7, 10 moving towards 9, 4, but 8 and 12. But look at that sublords. 2, 5, 7, 8, 11 cuspal sublord. 8 is there, that it doesn't matter. Because second sublords, 5, 7, 8, and 11 cuspal sublord. This grouping is very good for the professional prospects because it is second house, fifth house, seventh house, eighth house, 11th house are all good houses for the profession, especially in the medical. You can see 7, 10 moving towards 9. Despite obstacle, it is having favorable cuspal sublord significations. So Mercury is also good, but when compared to Jupiter and Saturn, it has got some weakness. Mercury is in the second. Rahu also good, 2 and 7. And the moon is also fine. Mr. 10, 8th lord occupant 10th and 2 and 6. So in that way, Venus is good. With some weakness, we can say similarly that Mercury also good with obstacles, with very good cuspal sublord significations. So we could see many planets are favorable. Importantly, the Lagna Lord Jupiter is very good. And unfavorable strong key planet is with 8 and 12, 5, 8, 12 grouping. That Sun on its own, it has got some weakness. Sun has got weakness. And Ketu, Sun, we can take it on the unfavorable side when compared to all the other planets. And Mars, we cannot take it. Mars, it is supportive with some weakness. Similarly, Mercury. Only the Sun and Ketu are having some weakness that we have to keep it in mind. The strong favorable key planet, we can say Jupiter, Saturn, and all other we already discussed. Then Venus is fine, Mercury is also fine, Rahu is good. So many planets are favorable. Moon is also good. So many planets are favorable despite they are having some 8th house or 9th house, but these houses are supportive for his type of profession. So we have studied that, all the self-significations. So, let us now check the Dasa Lord, in which Dasa the native, started doing his career. The destiny that, we have to check the destiny, we have to check the destiny first. Destiny is Jupiter. 10th Lord planet is which planet? 10th Lord is Mercury and 10th sublord is Jupiter. Mercury in the star of moon, moon is fine. 12 level is Rahu, is fine. Sublord is Jupiter itself, very good. And star lord of the sublord, Rahu. So all the rulers are, if it are given the colors, definitely all will be green only. So everything is good, so that 10th Lord, and it is good for the, his professional prospect is good. The 7th Lord and 10th Lord is having strong favorable significations for the business prospects, and it is also supportive for his own business. 7, 10, 7 and 8 to 10, 2, 6, and all these are supportive for his own business, right? So that is also supportive along with that job because 10th Lord also supportive for job and along with that own business also. Moreover, if you see that, if you keep open the birth chart, let me clear this one and let me keep open that. Yeah. If you see that, Jupiter in the sign of Mercury. So Mercury and Jupiter are connected to each other. So they form the ruler link also. And Jupiter is aspecting to moon also. So that way that Jupiter is passing its significations to the moon also. So that way they're all well connected. So Mercury in conjunct with the Venus, all are favorable only. So good. 10th Lord is very good. What about 10th sublord? 10th sublord is Jupiter. In the star of Rahu is good. 10th house in the star of 2 and 7. And 2 level is Mars is having some mixed signification, but good only. Sublord is Mercury. Mercury 7, 10, and 8 and 12, but favorable. And 12, 4th level is Moon. So Mercury in the sub of Jupiter, Jupiter in the sub of Mercury, all are connected, and star lord also fine. And you can see what are the other favorable key planets. Saturn is a good key planet. Saturn role is not there here, but Saturn is there in the sign of sign of Jupiter, and aspecting to the Jupiter, and also by 10th aspect, it is aspecting to Mercury. The favorable key planet that Saturn is a free planet as well. It is passing its ruler link to the Jupiter and Mercury by way of supports. And also it is aspect that Saturn itself is ruling the second planet by Rahu, and Saturn also aspecting to Rahu also, right? So they are very well that grouping is present. All the planets which are all favorable, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, all the favorable grouping are well connected, and Rahu, they are all well connected. That is the important point. And also Mercury is conjoined with the Venus. Venus also very good key planet. You can see this. So that all the favorable key planets are well connected to each other. That is the strength of this chart. Right? So now we have studied the Dasa Lord. We have studied the destiny. Jupiter we have studied, and Mercury we have studied. We have found these are the favorable key planets. Jupiter and Mercury are strongly favorable, and Rahu also favorable. Moon is also playing role, and Saturn is also there in supports. So all the key planets, favorable key planets, are supporting the destiny. That is the strongest point in how the destiny is very good. Lagna Lord itself is strongly favorable by way of the support of the other strong favorable key planets in their rulers and also in supports. Now we have to check the Dasa Lord. The native now presently running Saturn Mahadasa. Saturn Dasa, how Saturn Dasa is there? The favorable key planets which are all influencing the Jupiter, one of the key planets, strong key planet is Saturn, right? Saturn itself is playing. In the star of Mercury, Mercury is another strong favorable key planet, though Mercury is not ruling the destiny planet. That destiny is sublord Mercury, na? Mercury is conjoined with the Venus. So that way, that the favorable key planet which is influencing on the favorable side other than this favorable key planet through the support is Saturn and Venus. That Venus is playing role at the star level planet. So this is favorable, this is also favorable. To a level is Mars, and sub level again Venus. You can see these all the rulers are ruled by favorable key planets. And what is the impact of the strong favorable key planet of Jupiter and Mercury? Jupiter and Mercury, they are not ruling. I said in the previous video also, Desa Lord's favorable key planet, destiny's favorable key planet If they are ruling the Dasa Lord, it is going to be very good. If not, other favorable key planets, if they are playing, if the Dasa Lord's favorable key planets, if they are in support, that is going to be very good, right? Now what happens? Jupiter and Mercury and Rahu are the strong favorable key planet. That Saturn itself is playing role, and the strong favorable key planet Jupiter and Mercury are not playing role in the ruler, but they are present in the supports. How that Venus is in the sign of Mercury and conjoined with the Mercury itself. That way it is connected to the Mercury, and Saturn, the Dasa Lord Saturn is aspecting to the Venus. That way it is also further passing, and Saturn is aspected by Jupiter, other favorable key planet of the destiny. Jupiter is present, Mercury is present. So all the key planets are all supporting to the Dasa Lord. In short, we can say when there are many key planets or favorable key planets are present, that itself is indicating that chart is going to be a good one only, right? Absence of strong unfavorable grouping, all are having favorable grouping except the Ketu Sun combination. Only these two planets, and the others are having some mixed significations. So in that case, that too, when these key planets are many favorable key planets and all favorable key planets are also connected to each other, that itself further promising there will be good progress in the professional. Moreover, Lagna and 10th sublord all connected. It is supportive for the good position and status. Already we discussed the role of the Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, Sun, Mars, all are connected to each other. So now Dasa Lord we have checked. So which are the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord? Dasa Lord's favorable key planet is Saturn. Straight away Venus is playing. Venus are strongly playing. And other favorable key planet, Jupiter through the supports and Mercury also through the supports. Both the favorable key planets of the destiny also there in supports, and the favorable key planets which are influencing further supporting the destiny, that is Venus is playing role here as the ruler itself. So the favorable key planet is Venus 6, 11, 10, 1, 5, 9, 1, and 12. This seems to be little weak, but 1 is good, as I said, for the type of profession, and Venus is strongly supported by two planets. What are they? Conjoined planet Mercury. Rasi Lord itself is Mercury. Significant sign Lord Mercury is a strong favorable key planet despite some obstacles. And another favorable key planet, that's Saturn. Saturn is passing its significations to the Venus because through the ruler link. That way it is good. So that way, that moreover, Saturn is aspected by Jupiter. That Saturn is aspecting to this planet indirectly. Jupiter significations also passed. Right. Moreover, Jupiter is in the sign of Mercury, so that sign only Venus also present. So indirectly, Jupiter influence also there on Venus, right? So that way it is very good. So now the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord is Venus, straight Venus and Saturn. Then comes Jupiter and Mercury. So now let us check in which book the native entered into the job prospects, into the profession. Just a minute. Saturn Mahadasa, and he was running Venus Bugdi. Venus Bugdi, that is the favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, right? Look at the Venus. How is Venus? Venus is fine, good key planet. Star level planet is Mars. Mars is 5, 12, 9, and 10. It is supportive for the type of profession because fifth Lord moving towards 9 and 10. 2A level is Sun. Sun is also supportive, but if you look at this Mars and Sun grouping, 5, 12, and 10 is fine, but this grouping is indicating some weakness. 6th Lord, 11th Lord occupying 10th house, 1, 5, 9 star Lord, 1 and 12 cuspal sublord in the nakshatra of Moon. Sixth lord in the star of moon, 5, 12, and 9, and 10th star lord. So what we will we have to think that sixth lord planet and 11th lord planet also in the star of a planet 5, 12, and 9. In general, it is not good for the sixth house matters, right? It is not going to support. But for the type of profession it is supported, that too it is 10th star lord, right? That the way it can manage, it can support to some extent, but still, this seems to be, it is indicating that sixth house matters are going to experience some weakness. It can cause some changes or challenges, right? 5, 12, 9, 10, it can support for change of job also. In Saturn Mahadasa, Venus Bugdi, it can cause support for change of job as per if the planet and star level, and 12 level also not very good in the combination. When one level planet has got some weakness, actually this weakness is not very, strong weakness. 5, because of this type of profession, it is supportive only, but still Star Lord planet is further supported by 9 and 8 of the Star Lord of the Star Lord. This grouping is thinking of, it is, we have to think whether it is favorable or it is going to give any trouble to the sixth house matter. It is, of course, it has got weakness. Still, when one level planet is weak, then we have to check how far that level planet strength can be increased. The first one is that's the 12 level planet. 12 level planet also not very good, and Mars, Sun, and Ketu. These two planets are combined to each other. They are combined. So their strength also combinedly strongly present. 5, 12, 9, 10, 9, and 8. So mixed significations are strongly present. Now, other than that, which are the planets are influencing this Mars by way of supports? Mars is aspecting to Rahu, right? Mars is aspecting to Rahu. That Rahu represents Saturn. That Saturn is ruling the sublord, that is a good key planet. So Saturn is forming ruler link to the Mars, right? First point is that Mars is getting the support of the Saturn and Rahu, which are the good key planet. Next point, that Saturn and Rahu is playing role as the sublord itself, so forming ruler link also. That way, that unfavorable strength are not further supported on the unfavorable side by the sublord, right? Moreover, as I said, that Saturn is aspected by Jupiter, so that Rahu also aspected by Jupiter. That Rahu is the Mars is aspecting to Rahu, so Rahu will and Saturn will give influence of the Jupiter's support also through the Mars indirectly. That is secondary only. But still, what I'm saying that Jupiter's, influence also being passed. Importantly, the Star Lord and 12 level effect planet has got some weakness. That weakness is being reduced by the favorable key planets Saturn and Rahu in its supports. That too, that Saturn and Rahu in acting as the sublord itself, that is very good. That Saturn is already influenced by the Jupiter, is further stronger. And moreover, Saturn in the star of Venus again. So there is some setbacks. It looks like some setback at the star level, but that is not weak because sublord is good. But still, it is indicating some sort of weakness, right? But as I said, the star lord planet, fifth lord, and 10th sublord, 5, 9, 10, they are supportive for the type of profession. That is an additional advantage. So whether Venus Bugdi, he joined the job in Venus Bugdi only. Saturn Dasa, Venus Bugdi only, he joined the job. But my question is whether that Venus is Bugdi is going to give any loss of job or separation. Sorry, not separation. It means is going to resign the job, or whether it is going to cause any sort of obstacle to the progress. No. That Venus Bugdi has not made him to lose the job or loss of job, but it has got a very good position. But one thing, what the Venus can give. Sixth Lord 11, 10, this grouping in the star of 5, 12, 9, 10, and this is indicating not a stable job. It means he has joined the job in AIMS under contract only. This is not talking about the permanent job. This is indicating some weakness to the sixth house, but that is being further supported by the support planet and also sublord. Because of that, that too, it has got 3, 3, 9. It is supportive for the contract. 5, 9, 10. Sixth house is connected to the 5, 12, 9, 10. It is supportive for the contract. Why I'm saying contract means it is not a stable, because it is not a permanent one. Because of that, you can see the people who are having such combination, they will be having some work. Because of the support, they will get the work, but that will not be their permanent work. So that is indicating that way, right? So in Saturn Dasa, Venus Bukti, if the sublord is not good, sublord is also ruled by Mars, then definitely that will be a problem. But sublord is Mars. Mars is influencing this. Saturn is influencing the Mars, and Venus also further supporting at the star lord of the sublord. It is favorable. So in Venus Bukti, Saturn Dasa, Venus Bukti, he started his career. In Venus Bukti, which antra he joined the job? Which is the favorable key planet in the Venus? Bukti Lord itself is strong favorable key planet, and Saturn also, right? These are the strong favorable key planet, and which is making that Bukti supportive for the professional prospects under the Saturn Mahadasa. Saturn Dasa also, Venus is playing role, right? Strongly. Now, in Saturn Dasa, Venus Bukti, the planet which is having that Venus in its ruler, strong. He completed, after his completion of the studies during that period, he was running, Saturn Dasa, Venus Bukti, Saturn Antra he was running. Saturn Dasa, Venus Bukti, Saturn Antra. Saturn is already having this Venus in the star level and sub level, and also Saturn and aspected by Saturn. So this very good grouping. So in Saturn, Venus, Saturn, he joined the job. In which Sukshma, he joined the job in February 2021, the end of February 2021, which Sukshma? In Sun Sukshma. Sun is the one which is indicating some weakness, but Sun is ninth lord for the type of profession is fine in the star of Venus and sub of Rahu. So the planet which are having that Venus in the star level, that is Saturn and Sun and Venus, and here Venus at the sub level only. Here Venus is only at the 12 level and 4th level. There is no role of Venus. There is no role of Venus. So the favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord is Venus. That Bukti Lord, again it's Venus, and Saturn also is playing role and forming ruler link. And in Antra is Saturn, and Sukshma also Sun, which is also under the star of the Venus only. So strong favorable key planet Venus is playing role in the Dasa, Bukti and Antra and also Sukshma, right? So the strong favorable key planet. You can see there one doubt will come. In the destiny planet, Jupiter, the destiny planet Jupiter, if you see that, there is no role of Venus. Venus is not playing role straight away, right? But Venus is influencing already. I discussed Jupiter is in the star of Rahu. Rahu represents Saturn, right? That Saturn is getting the support of the Venus by aspect. And Mercury, the sublord planet Mercury is conjoined with the Venus. That role of Venus is there in supports, and Jupiter and Mercury role are present. Next point, the destiny's favorable key planets are not playing role in the Dasa Lord and Bukti Lord and Antra Lord. That is Jupiter and Mercury, both are free planets. Their role will not be possible as the star Lord. Only sublord. Venus, Saturn, Sun are not having that Jupiter and Mercury, but these planets are playing role in supports that already we discussed, right? Saturn is already influence of the, what do you call, Jupiter, and Rahu also under the influence of the Jupiter. So that way, that Jupiter role is there in supports, and Venus already in the conjunction to the Mercury. So the favorable key planets of the destiny, which they are all in supports of the Dasabhuti Yantra, and favorable key planet of the that Dasabhuti are in supports to the destiny. So they are all connected to each other. So it is very simple that when the key planets are good key planets are well connected to each other, many key planets are there with the good house grouping, that native chart is going to be very good one. So only in the unfavorable that Ketu, Sun role are coming, then only there will be some sort of changes or challenges. But otherwise, overall, it is going to be very good because destiny is very good. So I think you would have understood the role of that star level planet Mars, 5, 12, 9. Still, it is having some weakness at the star level and 2A level. How far it is becoming supportive for the native for the job during this Venus Bhukti. Now he is running Moon Bhukti up to Moon middle. He will be there in the contract only, but because of this grouping signified by the sixth lord, it is supportive for a contract, job. So it is not a permanent job. So this is indicated, and also these unfavorable significations are further balanced or supported by on the favorable side by the sublord Saturn and Rahu and indirectly Jupiter. I think we're able to understand this one. Because of that, there was no loss of job, and this is only because it's contract based, and there is no termination of the contract also, but he has got a very good position status during that period. You can see Venus is having very good signification, that to Lagna sublord in the star of Mars 5, 9, 10. If you focus on the Lagna point of view, 5, 9, 10 is very good. Mars is conjoined with the Sun, 9th house, all Bhagya is connected, and that Sun is connected to the, Sun and Mars are conjoined and aspecting to the Rahu connected to Saturn, all favorable to the Lagna, and Venus also present. So 110 combination strongly present, and already that destiny, the Jupiter and Mercury, they are all supporting to this planet by way of supports with a very good status. So that that native is has got very good position in name in the hospital, and is running his he is also running his own parallelly. He is also taking care of his one his clinic also. So that also we can see that Jupiter Rahu is 2 and 7, 10 all connected. So that is also supportive. So that way, that native's career we have studied, he has just started. Over the period of time, there will be some changes and all. So if it is happening, then we will discuss in future videos also on this chart. Okay, he's my client only, I know him, so I only be advising him. So we'll meet in the next video. Good luck.